Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with the support you need to finish your book. Best part is, after you finish your book, they take care of the entire publishing and marketing process 100% for you. So, if you want to become a successful author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have Juliette Stapleton with us. She is an international visibility strategist, also known as the Queen of Visibility, on a mission to empower entrepreneurs to make an impact in their businesses and their lives by showing up consistently online. So welcome to the show.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And how are you?
I am absolutely fabulous. I've had a brilliant day. I'm so looking forward to this chat.
Yes, me too. So very grateful to have you on. So Juliette, the first question that we ask on this show is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Well, my life story is very full of turns and, there's loads of lessons that I've learned. But I think the best one that I can say is whatever happens, whatever's thrown at you, you need to listen to your gut and act accordingly. Don't get stressed out. Just slow down and listen to your soul. And the answers are always what you need to do.
And what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Well, I am an visibility strategist and I specialize in helping people to show up as they are. So building their personal brand. So the biggest important thing to embrace is really you, and start showing up as you, because that's your most valuable tool. And I think that could be that's what I teach. That's what I do. And that's the principle I live on, and I show up. You're the best brand there is. So don't be hiding.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice? So not necessarily industry specific.
Well, I think that the most important thing is to remember that there is no failure. There's only a change of direction. So try things, focus on one thing, try and, follow the course. And if things don't work out, that's not the end. It's just you have a choice where to move. So don't be afraid. U-turn is also a direction. And when you embrace that mentality, things are so much easier, and you never feel stuck.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
I think the most important thing, never lose yourself. Always listen to yourself and put yourself first. Doesn't matter how you love people, how you care for other people. You need to always do something that feels right for you.
And it could tie in then, in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
Self-appreciation. And I think that starts with self-acceptance.
And then what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Oh, I have a great recommendation for you. I'm so excited. There is a straight line leadership coach, Dusan Dukic. He lives in Texas, I think. He is an amazing, amazing coach. And so the book is called Straight Line Leadership. And it's basically parts, or every chapter can be read on its own. And it's talking about different concepts that we all live by, but it separates them. So my biggest takeaway and the thing that I've learned was coping versus tolerating. So when we're coping with something, we can live with it. And when we're tolerating something, that something is causing us resentment and stress, and we really need to make a distinction with everything that we deal with. Are we coping with it, or are we tolerating it? So when we're tolerating it, it has to go. And I've implemented this in my life and in my business, with my clients and with the way I do business, what sort of my business model, and that's just changed my life.
And then what is your favorite quote and why?
I love the quote, "The universe moves for the deed, not the doer." Because it doesn't matter if you're the best person in the world for the job, unless you are consistent in what you're doing, you're showing up, you're there, you're visible, whatever you're doing, unless you're doing it consistently, you won't get the job, well, it doesn't matter what it is. You won't get the prize. You need to be doing the deed. And if it could be someone horrible that's doing the deed, but they're going to get the prize at the end. So it's very simple concept.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. The last one I have for you before we let you go is, where can our audience best find you online?
Well, the best place to find me is the place I always hang out on is Facebook. You can look up Juliette Stapleton, and my page is Juliette Stapleton, Empowered Visibility Strategist, or just go to juliettestapleton.com.
Perfect. Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.